If you want a part-time bed cap for your overland or camping adventures, this Air Topper bed cap is a great choice to consider for your 2020 or newer JT Gladiator. Now this bed cap is a perfect bed protection solution for the JT owner who wants vertical coverage and unique protection when they need it for whatever excursion they're going on, and one that can be easily taken off and stored when they're not. Now this is a flexible solution that can adapt to your active lifestyle, so you don't have to commit to a permanent cap style solution or sacrifice bed space, with a tonneau cover option giving you the best of both worlds when it comes to bed coverage. Now the biggest advantage to this bed topper is the inflatable design. So when deflated, this folds and rolls up into a relatively compact size with a carry bag that you can see here, and you can store it very easily, being non-intrusive with its sizing. However, when you do want the additional coverage for your trip, all you have to do is lay this out, inflate the valves on the top with the high pressure hand pump that's included in the kit, and slide this right onto the back of your bed. Now because it's lightweight at about 50 pounds, it makes it a simple job to pop onto the truck by yourself, and it doesn't add a significant amount of weight to the back of your truck if you are concerned about your gross weight while you're off-roading. The topper also includes tinted rollable side windows, removable interior screen side windows, a removable clear pass-through cab window, and even has mesh organizing pockets on the inside to store gear or whatever items that you need to carry with you. Along with these structural benefits, this also has a carry handles on the roof to make it very easy to maneuver, and 4 D-rings on the roof to attach additional cargo like kayaks, canoes, or other carriers that you see fit. Now this features a cab level construction, offering a good amount of headroom for space inside of the topper. Now the topper, while inflatable, is also very durable for what it is, made of a military grade PVC coated drop stitch material. So even if you are taking your truck in the dirt or through the woods, this will hold up well. And this also has 6 attachment points around the topper to keep this secure with the rails on the truck, and comes with all of the hardware needed to secure it to the JT within minutes. Now one of the unique things that does come with this kit is the emergency patch kit. So if you do get yourself into a sticky situation, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere, you do have a solution to make sure that this stays inflated. Now this is roughly $1,700, and when comparing it to other solutions on the site, that is a fairly average price point. Now when looking at bed coverage as a whole, fiberglass bed caps can be roughly double the price of this option, and even some of the premium tonneau covers can also hover around a similar price point to this. Now this has the advantage in being a non-permanent inflatable design that can be used at your leisure. It's tough and it's versatile for adventures where you need that additional durability, and it offers the headroom and vertical coverage that you would need to suit your lifestyle, especially if you want big bed coverage for overland situations. Now it also has those small and appreciated features like the rollable windows, grab handles, and tie down points, and more, that makes this a fantastic solution. And it also is super easy to install and uninstall by yourself, which makes it a great choice if you want a very flexible option to adapt to your lifestyle. Now install here is pretty simple. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and should only take you about an hour or so to install. At this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers here. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can set this up and get it onto the back of your JT. So that wraps it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include a 4mm Allen wrench. What's up guys? Today we're installing a bed topper on our Gladiator, so let's get started. So I've got my topper laid out on the ground. We're gonna pump some air into all of our panels first. We've got 4 panels that we need to pump up. We're gonna be pumping those up to 5 to 8 PSI, and you can see that on the gauge on your pump. So now twist to the left on your cap to open that up. Put your air hose in, twist it to the right to lock it in, and then just start pumping. Now I've got about 6 PSI, so I'm gonna stop there and move on to my next panel. Now we'll move on to our back panel, doing the same thing. Now we're at about 7 PSI. Pop that out and replace your cap. Next, we're gonna install our front window now before we get this on the bed of the Gladiator. It's gonna be a lot easier. So you're gonna pull up this Velcro strap, start at a corner, and just work your way across. Fold down your top, stick it all around, and now we'll lift this up onto the bed. So now we're just gonna get this thing lifted up and sat onto the side rails of our bed. So now we need to install our tie-down straps. Now for the back of the bed, we have 2 D-rings that we can run those through to secure it. On the front and the front side, we don't, so we're gonna have to get creative. Now you have D-rings that you can slide into your utility rails. We don't have these, so I'm just gonna loosen up the utility rail, run my strap behind it, and use that as my anchor point. So I'm gonna take a 4mm Allen socket to loosen up the bolts in here to get enough space to pass that strap through, and then we'll secure it to our top. So I'm just gonna pass it through the D-ring up top. And I might have to fully loosen up one of the ends just to get enough room there. And I'm going to reinstall my 2 screws in the middle, but I'm not going to fully tighten them down until I have my strap tight. So I'm just keeping your strap nice and straight, push down on the lever and pass that strap through your buckle. And then we'll move on to our sides. Next, on the front of our side rail, I'm gonna fully remove this bolt. I'm gonna loosen this one up. I might have to fully remove that one as well. We have a good amount of slack, so we should be good. I'm gonna slide that through the D-ring. Now I've got the strap inward of that bolt. So I'm going to put my bolt back in. Now before I crank down on my bolts, I'm going to run my strap through the buckle. I'm just going to pull that slack out, and now I'll go back and fully tighten them. And then I'll fully tighten that strap. And we can move on to the back. Now on the back of the bed, it gets a lot easier because we have a D-ring down here. So we're just going to run it through the one on our topper, through the one in our bed. Pass it through the buckle. And then tighten that down. Now do the same thing for your sides on the other side. Next, we're going to install our side windows. So pull up on the Velcro at the top and the side. I'm going to get it started in this corner and then work my way across. I'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we're gonna install our rear window. It's gonna go on pretty much the same way as the sides. You need to pull up and out on your Velcro straps, and then just pick a corner to start in and work your way across. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Air Topper bed cap for your 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator JT. Thank you for watching, and for all things Gladiator, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.